How come it's not on full? Good afternoon. You want to say good afternoon, good evening, good morning, good night, depending on wherever you are. But good afternoon from the ARSO Central Secretariat. My name is Philip Okungu, Documentation and Information Manager for ARSO. On behalf of our Secretary General, Dr. Hemojin Sengemana, we wish to welcome you to the 63rd ARSO webinar session for the ASO monthly webinar series that we started running since 2020. We are glad that you are attending. We have our panelists here with us. We have our stakeholders, we have our member states, and we have our experts, and we have policymakers. This webinar is being co-hosted just as a policy within the ASO Central Secretariat webinar series by the member states. And today we are glad that we are co-hosting with this webinar with Egypt, the EOS, and we have the opportunity to have as our co-host Dr. Engineer Khaled Hassan Sofu, the chairman of EOS, and also we are glad that Africa is taking center stage international standardization, and he is currently the ISO president. So we are glad that we are hosting with EOS, and that has an international command within the international standardization community. On behalf of the Secretary General, we welcome you to this webinar session. It will start at 2 and run up to 4. Then we will have our panelists who already are here. And then we have the interpretation services and the chat box down there for all the participants. We have the English and the French. We are glad that we will be interacting. For now, I will give this opportunity to Dr. Hassan Hassan, who is representing Dr. Khaled, to give a word of welcome or welcoming remarks and to thank you for the participation. Dr. Hassan, please. Thank you. Dr. Hani.
Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of Dr. Khalid Soufi, Chairman of EOS and the President of ISO, I am pleased to welcome you to the 63rd ARSO monthly webinar. Dr. Soufi sent his warmest regards and is sorry that he cannot join us today as he is attending the ISO counseling meeting. He has asked me to share their opening remarks. We are living in a time where digital transformation is no longer optional. It is reshaping industries, government, and organization worldwide. Standardization bodies are not excluded from his transformation. In fact, we are expected to lead it. Support digital capability within standard development organization is meant to ensure efficiency, transparency, and a faster response to market needs. Digital tools help us to enhance stakeholder engagement, streamline technical committee work, improve document management system, and accelerate standard development processes. At the same time, digitalization also brings challenges, including capacity building, cyber security, infrastructure available. Addressing these challenges require collaboration, investment in human resource, and a strong organization commitment. Egypt, through the EOS, is happy to co-host this session with ARSO. Welcome all of us. Thank you. Dr. Philip? Dr. Philip?
No, where is it? Thank you very much. Mr. Dan, where is my screen? I stopped sharing. Thank you very much for the remarks. We appreciate. And it is now a great opportunity from the ASO Central Secretariat that we continue. Mr. Dan, where is it? Sharing. And this one? Yes. Yeah. Thank you once again, and I'm sorry for the technology. Sometimes it is challenging, but we are there. I wanted to share with you now, we are holding this webinar because it is a crucial webinar that we have noted. And there is a lot of work going on within this. And there is an increased opportunity because there is a lot of recognition of standardization all over the world, as you can see. All over the world, standardization is getting root. and being recognized, and even within the economic policies, within the political policies, and within also within the standardization community. Currently, we have the World Bank, the World Bank Development Report 2025, because I can remember that we had sometimes last year when the World Bank was doing this research to establish whether standards really are still needed within the world economic systems, and we had a lot of time engaging with them. So it is a report that was produced after consultations with many international standardization bodies, regional bodies, national bodies on standardization, as you can see, also included. And you will realize that at the end of the day, the World Bank gave a report that 2025 standardization still is the key for any meaningful sustainable development all over the world. And you see that the report highlighted that standards, they share the rules that underpin consistency, compatibility, and quality, and also the invincible architecture of development. And you realize that back 2017, the G17 and the United Nations had also given a clean thumb for standardization. And the G17 now renewed policymakers' commitment, because we are talking of policymakers, we are talking of governments. And it is the same governments which in 1977 formed the ASO and recognized the importance of standardization and why Africa cannot be left behind. And they said that they gave their policymakers' commitment to the implementation of standards as policy instruments of choice for the global economy, the supply chains, and also across all jurisdictions. Jurisdictions in this case now highlights the role standardization plays in government regulations, and that is why they permeate into the government's economic, social, and policy documents up to date. And with that now, you realize that there is increased demand for standardization, and the international community are now, the international standardization community are constrained because there is a lot of demand for standardization. Then how best can we serve the standardization community? Let us hear from our panelists today. We are glad to have Mr. Dan Githome as our ICT officer. We have Mohammed Hari Ahmed, Monia Ahmed Riyad. He's a lecturer at in Egypt. We are going to hear also from Murad Tasu, who is an expert and is from SMIC. We have Engineer Tarek MLC, which is from GSO. And finally, we have the international voice in this regard, the IEC, David Nix, and for which we realize that IEC has done a lot of it. We are glad to be hosted by Dr. Hemogene Sengemana, our ASO Secretary General, on whose behalf I'm talking. And then we have co-host, Dr. Engineer Khaled Hassan, who is also the ISO president, and our moderator, Mai Hassan, who is from EOS. We have already talked about standardization, standards becoming valuable resources within the digital framework. But there is a problem that so many people want standards, but the current standardization systems that we have are manual. So you realize that the world is also digitalizing fast. So there is a need now to match this demand for standards. And you realize that people spend a lot of time trying to get the standards. And this is what has now constrained ISO, IC, or DIN, the GSO, the SMIC, ASO to look for alternative way of making standards available in a smart standardization format or in digitalized format. And that's why we have this webinar today. And you will see that the standardization community has taken note that many standard users invest significant time and effort to integrate content from PDF. And this is what now is challenging. And these are the platforms or the models that are now appearing, as we will be highlighting from our presentations. And what is it that we are talking about smart standardization? There is already a lot of literature on this, but according to ISO Smart Standards Program, the smart standards refer to formats, processes, and tools that enable users, both human and technological based, to interact with standards in a digital environment. And you will realize that there is, the push is also being due to evolution of technology in in the real world. So as the whole world, we are doing digital transformation in other sectors, so does the need for digital standards always also arising. So in this scenario, you will realize that there is need. As you can see, we had the times of Zinjanthropus in evolution of technology and where we are right now. And this is where the smart standards now come in, so that we can match the technological evolution with the need of standards. We have the industry 1, 2, 3, and industry 5, which now has come in. I realized that just the other day we were talking of fourth industrial revolution. Now we are industry 5. And that's why there is that need for the smart standards. And what does it mean to different stakeholders? The manufacturers, regulators, standards developers, end users. So in this case, we realize that standards should, in fact, promote industrialization and manufacturing. So for manufacturers, do we need to adopt the standardization? Yeah, the smart standards. Yes, by adopting smart standards, manufacturers can streamline their operations and stay up to date to the industry requirements in the digitalized world. For regulators, this alignment helps to create harmonized environment where standards and regulators complement each other and simultaneously. Then for the standards developers, and this is where now most of our organizations fall in, this approach makes standards development more efficient and effective. And to the end user, you realize that making standards easily accessible and user-friendly, smart standard enhance usability. So these ones are some of the immediate benefits that we gain from smart standardization: immediate accessibility, enhanced readability, effortless transferability, future-proofing, and improved efficiency. If you go to the expert's opinion, you will realize that this is what is happening. So the expert's opinion suggests that in a world facing increasing headwinds, smart standards are the ultimate tailwind. So this is what we have. Smart standards would improve integration. Smart standards would make it possible to do more for less. And then there is the issue of cybersecurity. As you can also, we need a cybersecurity against this. And that is why ISO IEC has come with the 27001 and IEC 62443, so that we make sure that our platforms, our digital standards are also safe and trustworthy. And we are talking of harmonization of regulatory requirements and for the connected industries. Already you see the ISO and the IEC Smart Standards Transformation Initiative, which is also being done with ISO. And these are some of the levels that they have come up with. And mostly we'll realize that this is driving the sector in smart standardization. We have David, and David will give us more on this. We have GSO, and GSO is also giving us the initiative, what is happening in this sector for them. And they are also, the initiative focuses on adopting standards related to AI and IoT, smart cities, and sustainable development. I came across this today, and it is in one of the newspapers in Nairobi, Kenya, and it is just talking about what we have for this webinar, how the evolution in technology is making it possible, and we cannot be left behind a standardization community. Then for SMIC, it is also the same story, and it is also based on ISO. We have Mr. Murat, who will also give us this. But the benchline is the evolution of technology making us, so the standardization community, to respond to the needs within the system, so that our production systems, industrialization, can remain relevant. For us also, one of the standardization organizations that we have our online library, we have our digitalization. Mr. Dan will give us more on this. In fact, in the African standard, the digitization of African standards harmonization model for standards development, standards catalog into an online library, so that we gain from the need for smart standards. So as we run our manual system, we also respond to the needs of the community, and you see how we have come and how the smart standardization fits into the digital evolution in the world. Already when we had the fourth industrial revolution, ASO came up with the fourth industrial revolution standardization strategy to ensure that the digitization process is up to date and alive. And it was finally launched in 2021 through the African Union system. So these are all the responses that we have had. We have the EOS, the one we are today co-hosting with, and also you will see that the EOS in standardization and also doing the smart standardization. The objective of the webinar is just to give us a platform to interact, to understand more about this process that is happening all over the world. So thank you very much. And when we reach here, I just want now to welcome our panelists to start the interaction. And we already have Dr. Khaled, who is here. I've given the brief introduction of the Secretary General. And we have our moderator who will take care of the remaining session from now, Ms. Mai Hassan, currently working with the Egyptian Organization for Standardization as Quality as head of Arab African Affairs Department, charged with communication and managing agreements and memorandums. She has over 16 years of experience at EOS beginning 2008, and he plays a pivotal role in facilitating Egypt's participation in international and regional organization, the standardization work. I know she is a Smart ASO Desk officer, and her membership in the ASO District Committee, Mai Hassan, has acquired extensive knowledge and experience in standardization and quality infrastructure related to trade, regional integration, African integration, and treasury agenda. You recall that we are in the age of implementing the African Continental Free Trade Area and TBT Annex 6 and SPS Annex 7. So this is very important for Africa's integration and trade agenda. Mai holds Bachelor of Science degree in language with specialization in German from Jan Shams University. She has further enhanced skill through various training courses in areas such as WTO e-learning, trade, TBT's programs. Thank you so much, and we are glad to have Mai Hassan. Now we'll get into the plenary sessions. You are all welcome. So I want to give the platform back to Ms. Mai Hassan. Thank you very much, and we welcome Ms. Mai Hassan.
Thank you, Mr. Philippe, and good afternoon, everyone. I would like to say that today's topic is very important for our African region, and I am sure we will gain useful knowledge that will help us move forward in strengthening digital transformation and standardization. We are pleased to have 5 esteemed panelists with us today who will share their knowledge and experience on this important topic. At the end of the session, we will have a 1-minute takeaway from each panelist to share their key message from today's webinar. And we would like this to be an engaging session, so please feel free to share your questions in the chat throughout the presentations. We will address them during the questions and answer session. We will go straight to our first panelist, Mr. Dan Kithum. He will give a presentation on sharing standards and market requirements information through the ARSO-DISNet, ARSO Digital Smart Standards and the Platform and the Digitization Initiatives. Mr. Dan Kithum is the ICT officer at ARSO with over 13 years of experience at the ARSO Central Secretariat. He has played a key role in sharpening ARSO's digital systems and also serves as the essay competitions and DISNet coordinator. He is a skilled ICT professional with a strong expertise in systems management, knowledge, network support, and technical services, ensuring the smooth operations of ARSO's ICT infrastructure. He holds a bachelor's degree in business information technology and certifications, including MCSE, Prince 2, and CSI. Welcome, Mr. Dan. The floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Mai. My name is once again Dan Kitome, as introduced by the moderator. Thank you. I would like to just delve in quickly into my presentation to just bring into light of what Mr. Philip was talking about, issues of smart, and we'll be able to just see how we will open it during my presentation. And therefore we're talking about sharing standards and market requirement information through the ARSO DISNet, standing for Documentation Information System Network, ARSO Digital or Smart Standards platforms, and the digital initiatives at ARSO. Once again, I will repeat, my name is Dan Kithome, ICT officer at ARSO. Allow me to present to you what ARSO is for people who are participating in this meeting for the first time. ARSO is the African Organization for Standardization, a continental body responsible for promoting standardization across Africa. Founded in 1977, we have 43 members and 1 observer member. Allow me to say 44 members. Our key mandate is to reduce TBTs through the harmonization of standards, conformity assessment, and other procedures. Finally, we're looking forward to promoting trade. We'll also delve into how ARSO is doing this through the implementation and how it looks at it through the implementation of digital standards, where we say that they are invisible architecture, which will help us move with regards to the African Continental Free Trade Area. We also talk about the issues of one standard, one test, one certificate, accepted everywhere. Why do we talk about issues? Sorry. Allow me to talk about ARSO's initiatives. Allow me to ignore the top part of my presentation and just delve in to the bottom part of the presentation, but allow me to just touch that currently ARSO has harmonized 2,554 African standards within 99 TCs that are currently active, directly reducing technical barriers to trade. But we're talking about smart standardization or smart standards, and therefore I'll be able to explain. So what are the initiatives that lead us to smart standardization? One is through full automation of our systems, and this provides better support to our technical committees and also improves the standards at which standards are disseminated from start as a new ARC item proposal to a final African standard. And finally, the issue of smart standards, where we're talking about transition from the readable documents, which we call PDF documents, to machine readable content, where we really need to explain why we're talking about machine readable is an element of where the standard is relatively uploaded on a platform developed to integrate and understand what are the main requirements, reducing time to read on all documents, what are the recommendations, what are the permissions provided, and this is through an identification checklist that is provided. And therefore this provides you as a user or as an SME with clear and easy to read instructions and linkages either to other standards. We note that we may have one product being linked to 5 standards, and it may be difficult for an SME in this age and time to be able to read through all the PDF documents. And then ensuring standards are directly integrated into digital manufacturing and trade systems. This is what I was trying to brief and explain. And then finally, just building the capacity of our national inquiry point officers. And we've heard that our moderator is one of the national inquiry point officers in Egypt, and therefore she's part of DISNet, and she plays a key role in implementation of this specific activity. Allow me to just delve into why we are talking about smart standardization and what motivates us. The why is one, when you talk about TBTs, this is something that we're trying to fight in our main mandate. And this usually happens mainly at the custom clearance borders. And therefore to be able to easily inform the custom officers, we can provide what we call the machine readable standards or data at the border, and this can easily give them the basic requirements with regards to recommendations, permissions allowed for that specific document moving from one level to another. At ARSO at the current moment, we have the PDF documents, and they are loaded on the library.arsorun platform. Definitely, we understand the challenge that it brings at this moment. So the PDF standards cannot keep pace. We are moving really fast, and we need to really automate the manufacturing lines where somebody uploads this specific information into the machines. It reads it and gives it what we call instructions of how to be able to implement. We talk about the shift from human readable to machine actionable. That's what I was talking about. And what actually necessitates this is our strategy, the African 4IR strategy, which can be accessed through the link. Our presentations will be shared. We have an African Fourth Industrial Revolution strategy, which is currently being implemented. We also talk about real-time monitoring of the environmental standards through digital integration, to note that we need to know how, for example, this person has been, which standard is complying to, where is the organization and how the product is certified. And you can see we have the CAP system where we monitor environmental standards and also the ARSO mark, as you see in the bottom of my screen. Allow me to give you an understanding of what smart standards is all about and their benefits. We've talked about them being readable. It's not that PDF documents are not readable, but we want it to be more understandable so that when you have a reference standard inside it, it's easy for you to be able to understand the requirements also provided and recommendations in the following standards. So these digital standards, which we call digital files, can be directly consumed by software and hardware systems. And as we talk about this, these are things which are already being implemented at ISO IEC level, and I'm sure they'll be able to delve deeper into what they actually do. And what is the main benefit? Seamless communication between NSB's different platforms, and therefore you'll need to harmonize your platforms across different NSBs so that you can be able to effectively implement and utilize smart standards. It automates compliance checks, and we've actually talked about issues of checklists. It identifies for you the checklists that you need to comply with, even on the supply chain. I'll be able to just present it in my next slide. Eliminate human error in interpreting complex technical specifications. It's gotten to that level where sometimes you, as a human, you understand it a little bit different, or sometimes you would like to interpret it in a way that will save you some money. And it also positions African products to meet international digital supply chain requirements. We need to understand that supply chains are different, and therefore, if you meet the standard and you're able to utilize this smart standards implemented on the system, it will be easier. Let me just explain, when I talk about issues of smart standards, how it literally works and how it can be utilized. One, if we talk about the trends, challenges, and risks, you look at the current trends. Allow me to just delve into point one, using standards to create replicas of physical products. And this, we usually call them digital twins. And therefore we leverage what we call data, IoT, Internet of Things, sensors, AI, and a creative dynamic to provide what we call a real-time digital counterpart of what is going to be tested under the parameters that are on the standard as requirements. And the 3D digital model will mirror some of the behaviors and performance and physical state of what you have in the real world. And this will allow you to simulate, analyze, and be able to understand how you're developing a product and how to optimize it through what we call the product cycle. On number two, we talk about issues of farm to fork. This has been able to be fully implemented in Europe, integrating standards in farm to fork. And we're talking about issues of traceability and implementation of things like blockchain. And we actually understand, for example, in ensuring food safety, regulatory compliance, allow me not to state any standard, and supply chain transparency, these specific systems create what we call an auditable trail from the farm to the final consumer, using the same technology, AI, blockchain, and also noting that we have what we call electronic product code services to monitor food products in real time. And this helps us reduce what we call fraud and makes it faster to either have recalls and more precise to understand where a fault came in. Definitely, we can't talk about issues of AI and digitalization without looking at the risks. The first main risk is cybersecurity, where we talk about unauthorized modification of digital standards. Also, machines can read in a different manner that might bring what we call a mass manufacturing defect due to data integrity. This happens sometimes, but over time, this has been bypassed and people have been able to smoothen this kind of systems. We also talk about digital formats, increasing the risk of what we call unauthorized distribution, affecting what we call the intellectual property of and copyright of the standard. And so these are also being addressed, but there are risks that are currently moving, also happening with the PDF documents. Also, as NSBs also move to the digital platforms, we also note that they also become what we call targets of ransomware, data breaches. And so for this to happen under the ARSO DISNet, we implement what we call zero trust platforms, where we enhance our cybersecurity reliance. We've been able to plan for several training sessions with the national inquiry points so that they're able to effectively perform this activity or even move into the digital space without having these challenges of ransomware and data breach. Allow me just to move forward to talk about what our digital roadmap is at the moment, where we are and where we are headed. Allow me to start from the bottom going up. One, we start with what we call smart activity projects. So we are looking at harmonizing standards under ICT accessibility and sustainable manufacturing. ICT accessibility, we are talking about issues of making sure that everyone, people who have the full ability and people who have a little bit of inability, are able to access. We talk about issues of blind, deaf, are able to easily integrate and be able to access the standards, are able to utilize standards, and this is very important. And therefore, we are currently harmonizing this standard to be able to just incorporate all those in our systems and in the standardization process to integrate openness as a principle of standardization. Two, when we talk about African Trade Web Portal, where the National Inquiry Points officers are really busy inputting data, we are looking at following recommendations from a study that was done a few days back with regards to the requirement, integrating market requirements information directly into the national trade windows. And in this case, at the ARSO level, we have what we call the African Trade Web Portal, we call it ARSO Trade Web Portal, that is able to do that. We're looking forward to updating it through APIs and AI data sourcing. And this upgrade is being done so that it can be able to source this trade data automatically without needing the national inquiry points to feed it, which can be a tedious process. We've tried it before, but it needs a lot of work. But AI can help us source this data and help traders get what we call the market requirements and even product requirements. When we talk about issues of standards development, we're looking at also integrating what we call AI into the new item proposal, the working drafts and final draft review process. And this will help even SMEs understand at which level we need a specific standard, how many standards are related to each other. As you're doing the new item proposal, you might be proposing one standard about one specific project. Maybe we can use an agricultural product like a peanut, but it also has what we call value added measures that can be implemented. And therefore, we need to also have all those standards with regards to value addition also being developed, and AI is being integrated to help us do that. But at the moment, we've digitalized what we call the full workflow from proposal to ballot, and this will help us reduce the standard setting cycle and also the follow-up, because the system will be reminding you through emails and automatic notifications. Then we go back to what we call the ARSO DISNet committee, who runs all this activity, and we call the DISNet the engine room for digitalization. And we also note that in them transforming their network, we load from static to dynamic repositories at the national level to ensuring we have what we call library interconnectivity, which are API driven, will also help us disseminate more information, as is the DISNet's mandate. Allow me to just touch into a few things into how we link the issues of what I've given you as in ARSO Smart initiatives to what is currently being done. One is planning on how to move from the PDFs to the machine readable content to allow automation, one, checking at the borders, and also facilitating digital trade of goods. If we talk about the ARSO DISNet and what they are doing, they are actually pushing for the ARSO library, which they feed data to the Standards Harmonization Digital Platform, which we call the Online Standards Development Platform, the African Trade Web Portal. The link is they are trying to see how we can be able to synchronize and install APIs that will feed data securely into what we call the ARSO main platform that will be shared continentally with everyone. If we talk about issues of conformity assessment, automated compliance, we are looking forward to what we call self-declaration of conformity and dual marking, and finally EcoMark certification through the implementation of the CAP platform. All these elements, what we call the digital product passport, will be implemented, and it will enable the smart standards to be utilized through scanning QR codes and issuing what we call digital certificates on compliance during self-declaration of conformity. And then finally, we are really educating youth and consumers under the ARSO COCO and the Continental Essay Competition on issues of why we need standards and why they need to understand that standards are not only technical, but they're important so that the human element is understandable to them from what we call the machine readable. And this will make sure that we have better trust and more implementation of what we call made in Africa, becoming high-tech goods through the implementation of ethics and safety in the digital standards. Allow me to go to my next slide to what we call the recommendations we would like to give to NSBs going forward. We would like to request or even recommend a technological evolution where they need to move from what we call paper-based to silo-based or cloud-based infrastructure, which we call the SMART, and also utilization of AI to harmonize standards that are conflicting either amongst recs who members find themselves being members. We also give a recommendation based on an even infrastructure across members and understand that there is a challenge or a digital divide between member states. But noting all these challenges and noting that NSBs need to generate income, they need to implement, one, understand where they stop selling PDF documents and even provide subscription-based API access that will change their business model, and they'll be able to even raise more finances and even understand the use of the standards, and also move from the traditional institutional structures and try and adopt what we call a fully automated process that will reduce the over-reliance on human approvals on many levels. We also note of one of the biggest challenges we have in Africa is the high cost of internet connectivity and even data hosting with regards to issues of security. And this is where the digital divide comes in, but this can be bridged if we are able to sync together and move together and implement these things that will make Africa a better place and be able to just provide this information on TBTs. We talk about issues and what are the lessons we learn. We are learning from Sensenelec and the Gulf. This is the Gulf Standards Organization, and it's very important for us to ensure that for us to effectively have made in Africa global and relevant, we need to make sure that we align to international frameworks. Our key lessons: we understand that no NSB can transition alone. It is important for us to do what we call resource pooling through ARSO, and this is very important. And digital standards must be affordable for SMEs and not just what we call industrial giants who can easily buy. what will be my main conclusion? A unified digital quality infrastructure through national standards bodies, prioritizing the ARSO district plan integration in the strategic plan will be very important for us to get the main goal of my initial statement I made, that digital standards are invisible architecture for the African Continental Free Trade Area to be fully implemented. On my slides, for example, on the ARSO Max, these are the platforms that you'll be able to see when you scan the product. These are the main platforms that have been developed. We have the ARSO library that will also be integrating AI. We have the online standards development that will also be integrating AI. We have the African Trade Portal platform that will also be integrating AI. And thank you very much for listening to me. Once again, thank you. Mai, back to you.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you very much for your insightful presentation. I had some questions for you, but you have already covered all of them in your presentation. So thank you, and we will move now to our next panelist, Dr. Muhammad Khairi. And he gives a presentation on the development of smart standards and standardization processes, the benefits of digital transformation for the NSPs, and the standards development organizations, the experience. Dr. Muhammad Khairi is a lecturer and technical writer in AI and related applications, as well as a consultant engineer in information systems. He is a standardization expert, IT consultant, project manager, translator, and technical writer, and currently since 2026 is the representative of the Information Technology Committee at US. Formerly, he was the engineering sector head of the South Cairo and Giza Miles, in addition to being an instructor of information technology at the American University in Cairo. Thank you, Mr. Khairi, and the floor is yours. Sorry, Dr. Muhammad, you are muted. Dr. Muhammad, could you hear me? Dr. Muhammad? Dr. Muhammad, you are muted.
Hello.
Could you hear us?
Yes, I
Hello?
do.
Hello?
Do you hear me?
Yes, yes, we are.
Okay, let's start. Thank you.
Yes, we can hear you.
Thank you very much for this chance of talking about a very lovable subject to me, which is the smartization of standardization development. Indeed, standardization has many issues that we have to consider. Standardization is full of manual processes, drafting, reviewing, updating standards, which involve extensive human effort, leading to inefficiencies and delays for some time. We have also the problem of collaboration, and we have collaboration barriers, which is an effort required to develop a standard and to produce the final product. There is also the version control issues and the scalability limitations. Let us discuss how AI will overcome these barriers and let us see how to use AI in this respect. Indeed, you know, standardization is a language matter, and it's a language product. So we have to use what is called in AI natural language processing. We have used that extensively in many areas of standardization development. There is AI-driven applications, drafting, search, voting, compliance, and version control. And then after that, we will talk about the benefits of AI from the point of view of efficiency, cost saving, and better collaboration. And after that, we'll see the problems and the challenges, and we'll see the future opportunities in AI-driven standardization. First of all, one of the most time-intensive tasks in standard development is drafting and reviewing AI-powered natural language processing can significantly reduce the effort required by automating document structuring. We can submit the structure to the AI program or AI project, and he can fill this structure with the required data and the required elements. There's also the grammar and consistency checking, which is now available through many of the tools of AI. After that, there is summarization and version comparison that can introduce a summary and compare between different versions of the same product or the same standard. There is a smart search. After that, we can use to find a specific standard to be suitable for a specific situation. Finding that right standard among thousands of documents is a major challenge. AI-driven search engines improve the process by understanding natural language queries, providing personalized recommendations, enhancing semantic search. All of that can be done through AI, natural language processing, and the tools available now in this respect. Machine learning. Okay, thank you. Usage machine learning models can analyze historical data to predict emerging industry trends, that we can use AI to suggest the new standards for new areas or new issues that are emerged in our horizon. Obsolescence of existing standards. We can say that a specific standard is now obsolete as the subjects related to it are not yet working. Regional adoption patterns, such as LSTMs, helping international bodies harmonize standards across different markets. In this issue, we can talk about a specific standard for a specific area or a specific issue or a specific region or something like that. We can make AI help us in this area through its linguistic tools. AI for collaboration and decision making. Now, if we are allowed to make decisions after some kind of collaboration that's required through discussions or whatever opinions related to a specific standard that is already shown for issuance or something like that. We are talking about using automated discussion summarization, sentiment analysis for consensus building, chatbots, and virtual assistants. All of these issues are covered by AI NLP tools that can be used effectively and extensively by the collaborated personnel that are required to give opinion about the standard. Let's come to AI in balloting voting systems, which is a very important issue related to the standardization cycle. Balloting is a critical process in standardization where members vote to approve or reject the proposed standards. AI can enhance this process by fraud detection and anomaly identification. And here comes the issue of security and making sure that from the authenticity and originality of the voice given or the vote given, predictive analysis for voting outcomes, and automated vote analysis. And so we can easily and in a very speed manner reach a consensus or an opinion at least about the standard given or delivered. Quality assurance and compliance, ensuring that standards are accurate, consistent, and compliant with regulatory frameworks is a critical aspect of standard development. AI-powered tools help automate compliance checks and improve quality assurance by leveraging machine learning models to reduce human error and enhance regulatory oversight. Here we have automated compliance validation, machine learning-based error detection, context-aware rule enforcement, version control and change, tracking standard documents evolve over time, and keeping track of multiple versions without losing important changes is a major challenge. AI enhances version control and change tracking by AI-powered change detection, intelligent version recommendations, real-time collaboration, and version history. All of that can be done through AI and LB tools. The benefits. Let's now move to the benefits. We have faster document creation and updates. We are having automated review cycles. We have task prioritization and workflow automation. All of this comes under improved efficiency of work. After that, there comes enhanced collaboration. AI-powered collaborative tools enhance seamless communication and coordination between geographically distributed standardization bodies, industry experts, and regulators. Some key benefits include AI-powered discussion summarization, real-time multilingual translation, intelligent meeting assistant. Better version control. Standard documents evolve over time, and managing multiple versions without losing track of changes or approvals is a challenge. AI-driven version control mechanisms help by automated change tracking, ensuring consistency across revisions, intelligent alerts of outdated content. Now let's come to the cost saving. AI and machine learning reduce operational expenses by optimizing human resources and infrastructure costs in standard development processes. Some key cost saving areas include reduced reliance on manual labor, optimized cloud resource usage, minimizing duplication of work. Innovation and agility. The integration of AI and machine learning allows SDOs to adapt quickly to technological advancements and emerging trends. Key benefits include AI-powered predictive insights, agile response to regulatory changes, real-time stakeholder feedback analysis. All of that can be delivered through NLP tools of AI. Now let us go to the last session. Last part, challenges and considerations. Despite its benefits, AI adoption in standard development of processes and the platforms presents several challenges. Some of them are data privacy and security concerns, bias in AI models and fairness in standardization, and transparency and accountability in AI-driven decisions. With respect to data privacy and security concerns, there is issues related to data confidentiality, cloud security vulnerabilities, regulatory compliance. And we have in this paper, we are giving some solutions to some of these problems, and we have to consider in detail. With respect to bias, we all know that in AI, especially machine learning, we are depending on data that is learning data. For this learning data, the AI is building its own model. While this data is unbiased, the model is fair, and the model expresses a real attitude and real situation. While this data is biased in any way of biasing, we find that this model is not expressing a fair situation, and so it can be a source of problems and a source of differentiation and other either problems with the issue of standardization if not considered properly. So bias in historical data is a problem. Lack of inclusivity in AI training is also a problem. Unintended exclusion is also another problem. That's we have to consider while developing AI models that express working on standardization. Transparency and accountability in AI-driven decisions. In all our systems, we have to consider transparency and accountability. We have to consider that we see the system while working and that we are accountable for what we do and what we deliver to the personnel. This is the general issue related to AI, and this issue is also extendable to working with AI with standardization issues. Challenges here include unclear decision-making logic, lack of interpretability, legal and ethical concerns. All of that we have to consider, but all that there was good trials to introduce solutions and to introduce what we can call solving for solutions to these problems. Adoption challenges in traditional standardization bodies. Many legacy SDOs have relied on manual processes for decades, making AI adoption a cultural and operational challenge. Key barriers include resistance to change, lack of AI expertise, integration with legacy systems. I think these are the problems that all or most of African countries suffer from, and these are the problems we can solve. We can solve that through changing the culture, which is not an easy issue. We can do that through training, and we can deliver a specific training and basic training related to AI and the related tools. And I think in Egypt, we can deliver some training in this area, or we can reach to a consensus about a basic AI training course that is delivered to all the people related to the area of standardization that includes basic knowledge of AI and the basic ideas of AI and the benefits that can be achieved. Let us talk about the bias and the other problems of AI, usage of AI models. And we can also talk about the different tools, especially the basic tools. We can choose examples of them and make them a subject of our training course in this area. Future outlook and the conclusion. The evolving role of AI in standards development. The AI is set to become a core component of modern standardization, transforming how SDOs develop, review, and implement standards. Future developments will likely include more advanced models that can generate full draft of the technical standards with minimal human inputs. AI-powered standard harmonization, allowing different SDOs to align their requirements globally. Blockchain integration for transparency, ensuring the standard documents are tamper-proof and traceable. There are the international efforts made already in this respect, and we are sure we refer to the IEEE efforts in this area. Adoption challenges in traditional standardization bodies. Okay. Transparency and accountability. No, okay, we have now finished. Sorry. This is the final call to action. To stay competitive and relevant, SDOs must embrace AI and the machine learning-driven standardization tools on the platforms. Organizations should pilot AI tools in standard development projects, collaborate with AI research institutions to develop trustworthy AI models, adopt AI compliance with governance frameworks to ensure ethical and transparent AI adoption. The future of standardization lies in intelligent automation, AI-driven insights, and seamless digital collaboration. Now is the time for SDOs to take action and lead the transformation. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Dr. Mohammed. And I have seen that you have covered all the questions, my questions, the questions in the chat box. So thank you very much. I don't have any questions for you. And we will now move to our next panelist, is Mr. Murad Tasaru. I hope that I say your name incorrect. He is expert and information system specialist at SMEC. And he will give us a presentation on smartization in standardization, opportunities, benefits, tools, challenges, and strategies, the SMEC digital standardization initiatives. Mr. Murad has served as an expert at the Standards and Metrology Institute for SMEC countries with 25 years of software development experience. He led the development of the SMEC information system and focuses on integrating artificial intelligence into standardization processes. He is currently pursuing a PhD in computer engineering and works within the IT department, leading digital transformation projects. Thank you, Mr. Murad, and the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. Now I'm going to share my screen. Okay, I think. Can you see it?
Yes.
Okay. Dear ARSO representatives, distinguished guests, panelists, esteemed colleagues, good afternoon. My name is Murat Taşarsu, and I'm an expert at the Standards and Metrology Institute for Islamic Countries, SIMIC. It's an honor to be here and to join you for this 63rd ARSO webinar. Today, I'll be sharing insights into CIMIC's digital standardization initiatives. First, let me introduce CIMIC. CIMIC is an intergovernmental institution affiliated to the OIC that develops harmonized standards among its member states. Currently, we have 46 participating members and 3 observer members, totally 49 members we have. While the global conversion often focuses heavily on the structural transition to the machine-readable formats, I want to share how CIMIC is taking a highly pragmatic approach, focusing heavily on integrating artificial intelligence into the standards development process to our works. So at CIMIC, we are deeply dedicated to continuous improvement and are striving to be one of the most innovative platforms in the international standardization. To meet the rapidly evolving needs of the global trade and our member states, we recognize that traditional methodologies were no longer sufficient. Therefore, we are constantly working to enhance our processes by incorporating cutting-edge technology. Our goal is to stay ahead in our field by embracing a digital evolution that makes standardization faster, more accurate, more accessible, aligning perfectly with the core principles of smart standardization. So this is CIMIC information system we are going to talk about. This is the foundation of our digital transformation. We have first developed its first version 12 years ago. Every year we have changed the app. We add new features, upgraded to the latest technology. So we do not rely on a fragmented collection of different softwares. Instead, we have built a single unified application that serves as a single source of truth. Because of this system, CIMIC is entirely paperless. Everything is online. Everything is digital. All our official correspondence, document archiving, standard project management, meeting management, committee management, balloting, voting, everything done in this singular digital environment. This comprehensive platform was the necessary stepping stone for our next major step, that is integrating artificial intelligence. So when we decided to integrate AI, we knew that a generic chatbot would not meet the certain demands of standardization. Instead, we focused on a tailored intelligence. We looked powerful base AI models and strictly fine-tuned them using our official directives. So this means that the AI is trained to understand our specific structural and procedural rules. When an expert asks for an assistance, AI generates compliant outputs that respect our directives. So it guarantees the structural compliance right from the very first draft. So at CIMIC, we develop standards according to international harmonized stage codes. This is our processing ROIT from preliminary stage until publication. Every stage is carried on CIMIC information system. So after balloting, it progresses. After, for example, after working working draft period, there is committee stage. And after that, there is a DS stage and query stage, which is 40. After that, 50, which is, excuse me, which is final draft stage. And after that, at 60, it is published. The most suitable stage for standard the integrating artificial intelligence in our standard development is proposal stage, preparatory stage, and commit stage, because the documents are prepared in these stages. And it is also based on the feedback from the national standardization bodies and technical committee members, artificial intelligence can be effectively utilized in research, summary, drafting, and translation during the development of the standards. To make this technology accessible, we have developed AI conversation tool in CIMIC information system. So working group conveners and TC officers interact with a user-friendly chat interface while actively drafting documents. It actively assists with researching, drafting, summarizing, and translating standard document. So we already started to use this tool to translate our standards. Most of our all of our standards are in English, and we also need to have same standards in French and Arabic. And we started to use this tool to translate the standards which has missing translation in Arabic and French. And we also used this tool as a proof of concept in one of our technical committees, which is Handcraft Committee, TC17. And in that committee, while developing a standard, we have used this tool and a few items. It was terminology standard, and a few items has been prepared by this AI tool, and it is published, this standard. So we use AI as an assistant, not a replacement. So the AI conversation module provides a real-time support to our technical committee secretaries, conveners. So it can instant proofreading, translation, and help drafting complex clauses and definitions. But AI serves strictly as an assistant, not a replacement. Yeah, this process requires human expertise to validate context, ensure market relevance, and build consensus. AI is a supportive tool designed to eliminate manual work, allowing our experts to focus their energy on the essential human elements of standardization. So behind the scenes, we use AI models, but we do not rely on just one single AI model. We utilize multiple AI models to power multiple specialized assistants. So different tasks require different levels of capabilities. By maintaining a flexible architecture, we can strategically allocate tasks to the most suitable AI models available. So this approach allows us efficiently manage diverse workflows from simple summarization to a complex technical translation while optimizing our operational costs, because some well models can use higher tokens, so they consult tokens. Yeah, it's money. And for simple tasks, we can use simple models. For complex tasks, we can use complex models. And we carry on a thematic approach. So recognizing that different sectors have different terminologies and needs, CIMIC is currently leading to a transition to thematic approach. We are deploying specialized thematic assistants, AI assistants, designed to support unique requirements of specific technical committees and working groups. For example, an expert working on a standard can consult an assistant specifically tailored for halal food issues or halal cosmetic issues, pharmaceuticals, tourism, service side issues. And this focused approach ensures AI provides high relevant, domain specific insights rather than generalized answers. So, of course, utilizing artificial intelligence raises valid concerns regarding data security. We have addressed this with strict privacy controls. First, SMIC retains full ownership of all AI data outputs, and our data is never shared with unauthorized third parties. Second, our data will not be used for training of AI models. So we are using these AI models from our service providers, but they are not allowed to train their models with our data. And finally, we maintain complete control over how long our files and data are kept on the service provider's servers. So we ensure our intellectual property remains protected at all times. So this project is just the beginning of our journey moving forward. We are working on data embeddings, which will soon allow our experts to upload specific reference documents directly into the chat and ask targeted questions about them. So by integrating AI seamlessly into a unified digital system, it will reduce errors, of course, and empower our standard developers. So thank you to ARSO and all participants for your time and attention today.
Thank you very much. You have a great presentation, and you have covered all our questions also. So we will move to our next panelist, and he is Dr. Engineer Tariq Mohammed Sat. He is a standard specialist at the Gulf Standardization Organization, GSO, and he will us a presentation on the digitization of standardization processes and the need for strengthening digital capability in the standards development organizations, insights from the GSO Smart Standardization System, and other IT solutions for conformity assessment and the strategic partnerships. Engineer Tariq is also a program manager of the GSO Smart Standards Strategic Initiative, leading efforts in digitally enabled and machine-readable standards. He also serves as a convener of the ISO Arabic Translation Management Group and is actively involved in the key Gulf technical committees on the information technology and AI standards. Engineer Tariq, welcome you, and the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Just allow me to share my presentation. Just checking. Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
Yes, we confirm.
Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah, and good afternoon for everyone. First, I would like to start by expressing my sincere gratitude to the African Organization of Standardization and the Egyptian Organization for Standardization for this kind invitation. My greeting to Dr. Hermogene, the Secretary General of ARSO, and Dr. Khalid Soufi, who is the EOS President and the ISO President, and all the distinguished participants joining us today. It is my pleasure to share with you GSO journey toward smart standardization and digital transformation. But for the purpose of this webinar, I'll try to be short and comply with the time constraint. And inshallah, we start. Smart standardization. Here I would like to raise one question. As a standard developer, how many of you developed standard from Word document and you found it tedious to format the document, or even discovered some mistakes in the document being already developed, the kind of mistakes in the citation or the clauses referencing, or even as a standard user? How many of you, ladies and gentlemen, still do a copy and paste from the PDF standard and paste it in your system, and you find or end up with finding that copying from PDF does not always work well? It is an important point to consider. If we look at the comparison from the traditional approach and the smart approach. Currently, the traditional approach is a PDF document. Yes, it's still working well, but it's meant only for a human reading, and for some certain, it is working fine. And as a result, you'll do the manual copy and paste operation. And after that, we go to the third point, which is the human interpretation. We rely on variant understanding for the terms of the standard. At the end, the human interpretation is prone to errors. The error rates and this is considerably high. So understanding the standard by different people or different user for the standards usually makes it high rate errors. But on the other side, what if these documents are read by the machine? And in this case, the document format, in this way, it extends beyond the human and could be interpreted by software. Another way, when we talk about software, another way we mean machines. You can imagine, and you can achieve that actually by the API integration. What you mean by when we say that reading the documents and can be read by the machine, this is achieved by enabling or providing APIs to be able to read these or expose this information to the other party. As a result, this is eliminating the errors into almost zero error rate. And this is actually what we need. Some points to consider or facts to consider. Currently, we are living, we are living in a time or an era where over 30 billion smart devices will be connected to each other. Smartphones, autonomous vehicles, entire factories, they are all exchanging data at no time. But the standard who are governing these devices are still trapped in PDF files. As a consequence for this, billions of dollars are wasted annually on manual transcription errors. Companies that delay in the digital transformation are left behind, and eventually they will lose the market share and they will lose the competitiveness. This is the role of smart standardization, which is transforming standard from static documents into living interactive data that speaks the language of the machine. Of course, as you may all aware, that ISO and ISO IEC Smart Program has identified a set of maturity levels. I'll start with just naming them very quickly. Level 0, which is no standard, which is the paper, no smart at all. Standards are in a printed form, no digitization whatsoever. And I think most of us have moved beyond this stage. When we move to level 1, which is the PDF, yes, it is digital, but designed exclusively for a human consumption. It's not enough for the machine to interact with. And I believe this is where majority of SDOs worldwide are today. Hopefully not, but this is, I think, a fact. At level 2, which is the XML, structured format that machines can understand. This enabled the first real interaction with technology. Data in this case is organized, but machines don't yet comprehend the meaning. So the machines on the XML can read the structured, the XML, the document or the data structured in XML format, but still yet not reach the understanding the content and interact with it. And here comes level 3, which is the machine readable. Machine can now automatically identify the requirement and recommendation within the standard. They distinguish mandatory clauses from optional clauses, or even understand that this clause is related, for example, to environmental requirements, or it's a human well-being requirement, as an example. Level 4, which is the machine executable. In this stage, machine don't only read, but they understand the meaning and apply it directly. As an example, a manufacturing facility can integrate the standard into the production line automatically. And the optimum, which is the level 5, which is the future concept. full machine control, go beyond this. The machine develops standards within minimal human intervention, or even create an on-demand standard for certain products, of course, collecting the data from different standards according to client requirement. This level is still under discussion, and of course, lots of issues to be considered on this. For example, the policy when the pricing policies for this when extracting data from different standards and combining it into one document. As for GSO, we are currently between level 2 and 3. I would say proudly that GSO has concluded level 2, transformed all our GSO standards into XML format, and our target, and now we are working on the level 3, which is the machine readable, and taking some initiative on that. And our target is to reach the level 4, which is the machine executable. My question to you as an SDOs, where are you today on this maturity model? It's okay to be on level 1, but I believe what matters most is to begin the journey. And I quote a statement heard it from IC and as a gentleman, smart from the start, just to start by today. In order to reach the achievement of moving from level 2 to level 3, we had in our strategic initiative, we have focused on 3 major points. The first one is digitally modernize standardization across 7 GCC member states, which are Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, Kuwait, Qatar, Bahrain, Oman, and Yemen. As a conclusion, 7 countries and 1 unified system. The second is aligning the alignment with the international organization and ISO and IC SMART program. We will not reinvent the wheel, of course, and we follow these international best practices. And indeed, to say it loud and clear, aligning with ISO and IEC facilitated the work for us a lot. And the third point is to support the digital transformation and digital economy objective for the GCC member states. As a sectors, we focused on 4 main sectors. One is the artificial intelligence, because we all know that the future is intelligent, and the Internet of Things because of the huge number of devices connected over the internet, and the smart cities because our cities deserve the best and sustainable, and the electrical appliances because we have regulation in the GCC region regarding the electrical applications. So, what solutions have we deployed? I think for the sake of the time, I will not go for each system that we have developed, but I can say roughly that we have 10 systems for the standard development processes, 7 for the conformity assessment processes, and other 12 systems for the other supporting services. And of course, all of these systems, I could say that they are developed by GSO team, and they are all integrated to one to each other. So you can think of it as one system. When you browse our systems, you cannot tell that it's different systems. It's one system connected to each other. I will just give a quick overview of one aspect of this system, which are the development of the standards. We use these modules, which the first one of them is the technical committee. This system is responsible for the TC formation processes, starting from the suggesting the technical committee and the voting on the technical committee and the creation and the roles and responsibilities for each member within this technical committee. It's fully automated. The next module, which is the standards projects, where the standards is being cooked. Of course, it's integrated with ISO and IEC and ASTM. And this integration, I would say, it reduces the errors of typing the information of the metadata of the standards into 0. So now when we, for example, when we adopt a standard from one of these international organizations, the data is automatically grabbed from that source, and there's no need for typing this information one more more time. And of course, this module contains also the project drafting and versioning and the comment management, and also the collaboration data are stored within this module. And here I would like to say we are following the international stage codes also, and inshallah within the coming few days a new version of this standard project will be launched for this feature specifically. Also the voting, we've developed a voting system, a voting module that is evolving from different stages for the vote. We started with the public inquiry stage, enabled the voting for this, and also the final draft of standard voting. We've enabled the voting for this stage. I will not go deeply for other systems, but I would just like to mention that all the processes in GSO development for the standards is fully automated, so we are paperless. If I would like to mention one of or two systems other than this, I would go that we have systems for the meeting, system to manage the meetings, and also system for communication and document handling and archiving. Now, the standard has been developed and need to be published. Certain system modules, if I may say, has been developed for this purpose. The first stage that we've used an editing system, and this is responsible for converting the Word files into XML files. The next stage is the publication tool, and this system is, or this module is used to convert the generated XML into a corresponding PDF and HTML. So yes, at the end, there is a PDF for the end user, but the secret goes behind that it's based on XML, and we can interact with the data mentioned within the or stored within the XML. The third module, which is very important module to consider, which is the standard management system. It manages the publication information. For example, the decision behind the approval of the document, the number of pages, the available languages for this document, and also the linking between the old standard, the updated standard, and the current standard, and the standard replacing each other. All these information are handled in the management system, preparing the document to be available for the next module, which is the GSO store. In GSO store, as the name mentioned, is responsible for the selling the standard for the end user. And of course, it's integrated with payment gateway, issues invoices, and also track the customer purchases, and notify the customer when there's any modification or amendment or correction or updates for this document. And because we are 7 countries, when the standard being developed and published as a GSO standard, there's a national adoption for the 7 countries. They adopt our regional standard as national standards, and we provided for them as national adoptions, as we call it. And we provided national stores for the countries in GSO who are willing to use GSO version of the store, which is we call it national store. Now, the most important point that I would like, or in pursuit of smart standardization, the module number 1 and the module number 2 has done the job transferring the standard into level 2, completing level 2 using these two, the editing modules and the publication tool. The question, did we do this alone? Of course not. We had a strategic partnership with international organizations such as ISO and IEC. And of course, we have regional cooperation with the, for example, with the SMIC and Sensenelec and ARSO. And if I may say, in March 25 last year, we met virtually with ARSO and we showcases, for example, our platforms and systems. And the meeting today, or our participation today, is just a continuation for the cooperation between GSO and ARSO. Another point to consider, was this journey easy? A simple answer, no, it was not. And of course, we faced real challenges, taking into consideration technical and human. For example, from the technical perspective, we converted all of GSO homegrown standards from PDF or Word into XML into PDF. And this is an exhausting and expensive process. And of course, there's on the human side, there's the resistance to change. And a simple question we face, why change? The old way works. Yes, it works for a certain aspect, but afterwards it will not work anymore. And of course, there's one point to consider, which is the skill gaps. The standardization experts are not necessarily technology experts. And of course, the fear from the automation. One question that would arise, will these machines and tools replaces us? And how we manage to overcome this? Simple, start small. We have a limited pilot project. We started with the small standards, with the standards of the easy content, let's say, without equations, less photos to handle, a small number of pages of the standard. And then we did an intensive training and invested in the people before the technology. And of course, we communicate transparently. We emphasize that machines assist, they don't replace, to make our team comfortable using these technologies. And of course, we do the partnership strategically, and we share the information with ISO and IEC, and they supported us at every step. In general, this is what we have done for our approach in GSO Strategic Initiative. And the next stage, if I may say, is completing the level 3 and the maturity level, which making all the standards machine interacted with the machines. And of course, if I may shed the light, lots of tools could be used on that, and taking into consideration the use of AI in that era would be, on that area would be really helpful. Thank you very much, and I hope I gave you a quick overview of the strategic initiative of GSO.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much for this insightful presentation. And you also didn't give me a chance to ask you, because you have answered all my questions. So we will now move to our last but not least panelist, Mr. David Nix, the IEC Head of Strategic Planning and Innovation. He will give a presentation on the smart standards from a market and industry perspective, and benchmarking with the IEC smart standards utility mode level 0 to 4, the way to go. Mr. Nix joined the IEC in August 2022 with an extensive background in transformation and digital leadership. Since then, he has been responsible for guiding the IEC digital vision, strategy, roadmap, and engagement. Mr. Nix is a collaborative leader with over 25 years experience using digital innovations to drive the change of organizations' value. Mr. Nix, the floor is yours. Welcome.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
It's always hard to go last after so many esteemed colleagues have shared. So I will try and focus on things that they haven't touched on yet, and not retouch on things that they've already shared. So I really do also want to focus on what we've learned over the last 3 to 5 years, and because I think that that's really important in terms of how we continue to move forward. So thank you for the time today to share where we've been and what we've learned. I won't touch too much on the problem. I think many of the last speakers have touched on the problem, and we understand what that challenge is. I'd like to add a little more context to it from what we've seen as we've been trying to address some of these challenges, is that there is a fundamental part of the problem which is rooted in our construct of a standard. And that construct of a standard is largely a single unit. It is an entity, it is a PDF, it is a single thing. But in fact, what we also know is that most industries, most customers, most companies aren't using a standard. They're using many standards. They're using standards from multiple SDOs. And quite honestly, they're not using the entire standard. They're using parts of many standards in order to address their specific product or context. That leads to a challenge that we've talked about in terms of not only finding the right standards, but also finding the right content within those standards. For example, within the IEC, the wiring requirements for a medical device are entirely different than the wiring requirements for a toaster. How do we enable our customers, our users, to find the content that they need in the right context? And I think that's part of the challenge that we've seen and we've learned over the last 3 or 4 years of experimentation. At the same time, the market outlook is completely changing. In the last 24 months, what we've seen is a market that has been focused on experimentation, on testing, but it's really increasingly moving towards competition and maturity. We see commercial market leaders who have technology that is continuing to progress and mature, and SDOs across the world are continuing to position themselves to compete in digital standards. This is challenged by the fact that standards in some markets are being challenged in terms of their access for free. There are pricing constraints where most companies, most customers don't want to pay more for a standard. As well, the intellectual property management is challenged relative to how AI is using it, but also too, we know that intellectual property management today within just the PDF structure is a challenge. We know that standards reuse, derivative products, and piracy are all issues that we need to address. But we also know with those issues, there are a lot of opportunities. Smart leads us towards a place where we can customize towards a customer first approach, whether that customer is an end user in an industry, or that customer is an expert and a TC, or that customer is an IEC member and a national committee of IEC. We also know that digital transformation in the industry is leading towards new opportunities for different types of standards and different approaches to standardization. Likewise, we believe that SMART will increase our ability to interface with regulatory environments and ease integration into regulation, leading to easier certification and conformity assessment structures. We also know that this will lead towards new products and services from SDOs and IEC members in order to address those challenges in the market and the needs of their customers. One thing that we don't see really being a challenge is the technology. In most cases, and as highlighted by many of the prior presentations, the technology is there. We've made a lot of good progress in the technology. It continues to mature. And so I'm not going to spend this presentation focused on the technology, but I'll be focused on the pieces around the technology that are required in order for success. We know that SMART isn't just about end users, but we also know it's not just about experts. We know that the members of IEC and of other SDOs in their markets are at the center of how we need to reach global use of IEC and other standards. What we've learned over the last 3 years is that we can't address these needs individually and siloed. We can't just say, what does the industry need? And that's all we need to do. Likewise, we can't just say, what do we need to do for experts so that they can author easier? if that's not aligned to how members in industry will be using and distributing that content. So when we think about how we move forward in the future, we need to be thinking about how do we better align our market and customer needs through our members to our experts and our TCs at a national and an international level. We believe that the digital revolution, the digital value in the future, is the integration of that value chain in ways that we haven't been able to do yet. We've talked a little bit about the model for the evolution of standards, and we've seen this model. It was just touched on in the last presentation. We've changed the approach to it, the picture for it a little bit, because at first we had a lot of feedback that they were steps, that in order for you to go from 1 to 4, level 1 to 4, you had to do levels 2 and 3, and that you had to go down those steps. And what we've seen is that, in fact, SMART is a combination of many of these things together, and it's not just one of these by themselves. For example, XML and machine readable content and machine interpretable content can all be synonymous to some degree. We can change the way our XML works in order to make it more machine interpretable. At the end of the day, we think that these are the right pieces. However, we've also understood that one piece that's missing around this is context. What doesn't show up immediately is what are the relationships between sets of content relative to a certain domain, to a certain industry, to a certain product that will enable the relationships across all of this data to be better understood, to be better discovered, and ultimately drive better integration and better reuse across systems in industry for reuse and for automation and for conformity assessment. So we think as this moves forward, our model will continue to become not a two-dimensional model that we see today, but a three-dimensional model where we have context, relationships, metadata that surrounds all of this, that provides content or provides a route and a path to navigate through all of the content that we have. So for example, if I'm building a medical device, how do I know what the IEC standards and requirements are for that medical device, as well as the ISO quality requirements for that device that are applicable, for example, in Nigeria? That's the context that our customers need. And quite honestly, in order to get there, it's going to drive a different way of thinking about how we author our content. What we've seen so far is that if we just take the content that we have, and IEC today has taken the 10,000 IEC current standards, and we've transformed all of that content from XML into machine readable digital models. But what we've seen is that the variability of the actual content still drives a level of ambiguity, a level of uncertainty. For example, if I'm looking at a paragraph and the first sentence in that paragraph says, "You shall do such and such," and then it has 4 bullet points that says this, 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 and this, is that one requirement? Or is that 5 requirements? How do we structure that? And while that might seem a little bit mundane, maybe it's a bit semantics, at the end of the day, when we're thinking about regulatory compliance and certification, the difference between certifying to 5 requirements versus 1 requirement, or the 3 requirements that may be embedded in there, is significantly different. And our content today doesn't necessarily lend itself to solving some of those problems. We're on a journey. This isn't something that we're going to start and finish most likely in the next 10 to 15 years, given the changes that are occurring, the speed at which they're changing. Our digital transformation model has multiple different aspects to it. Certainly the technology and the data, but it also has engagement, change management, business and operating models, products and solutions, and aligning that to value propositions. And of course, we have to have the right governance around how we manage and decide along this way. We started this program in 2022 on the heels of a tremendous amount of work that had happened in the Standardization Management Board to define smart standards. We've progressed today to where we are ready to begin launching and scaling up some of the tests that have been run over the last 2 or 3 years. This work will continue until we get to a point where we have a model that we can begin to operate with clarity around how that works. And then we'll continue to move into evolution. It will take all of the IEC members in order for us to get to that point. This isn't something that only 2 or 3 of the members can do, and then we say, well, we've done digital transformation. The value proposition of digital transformation in the future isn't the IEC standards. It's not a set of ISO standards, or it's not the national standards within Sweden or China, but it's the relationships and the ability to navigate through all of that. And in order for that to be realized, we need all of our members, we need all of the SDOs to progress along that digital transformation path. So what are the other things that we've learned so far? So this isn't really an IT problem. Quite honestly, the technology that we need is there. And in fact, the AI is making it even easier to implement than it's ever been. But what we also are seeing is that where we have technology that's ready to be implemented, many markets and customers aren't ready. Of course, there are always large manufacturers who have scaled up to global implementations and have large problems with standards where this is something that they need and they absolutely are driving and demanding. But on average, in most markets, where we don't see the demand, we don't have average customers coming to us going, how do I get smart? In most cases, they say, what is smart? What does that even mean? What we're also seeing is that our IC members, our NCs, and SDOs in general are exploring new roles and new competencies and new approaches to the markets that they haven't been doing before. We have experience with several of our members who had outsourced all of their sales work and didn't have any sales competencies and capabilities within their organization. And when they started SMART, they found very quickly that they needed to have sales and marketing competencies into their organization before they could be successful. So building the right organization was crucial to making sure that the SMART could be adopted. We also know that intellectual protection, IP protection, and business models are hard. We're not talking about just selling a standard any longer. We may not even be talking about how you price based on a single standard. If I'm a company and I have access to, let's just say, 50 requirements that come from 10 different standards, but I'm only using 20% of each of those standards, how would I price that? That's what the industry needs. And how do we price access to that? And on top of that, the value proposition to those companies for the downstream reuse of that content in their product systems, and their RFP systems, and their supply chain management systems is huge. So how do we price based on the value proposition and not on the document? That transition is significant. It takes a lot of thinking. one of the foundations to the transformation is that content creation and content management is king. Data is important. If it wasn't important, then we would all just be out using ChatGPT today. The fact of the matter is that you can't just go use ChatGPT because the quality of the response and the quality of the input most likely isn't where it needs to be. And it is our job, it is the IEC's job, it is our SDOs, it is our members' job to ensure that the quality, the consistency, and the trustworthiness of the content and the data that we are creating that is being consumed by IT systems is right. And again, that's work that has to be started, it has to be done regardless of what technology you implement today or tomorrow. Last, AI is a wild card. AI is something that we see many of our customers, many of the large industry customers out there saying, we're going to use AI and we're going to do it ourselves. You just give us the PDF. Maybe that's going to work. Maybe that's going to be the answer. We certainly see how AI, as mentioned earlier, as a tool can enable our experts. Maybe it goes further than that. We don't know, but what we do see is that AI plays a role. It is at least a tool that we can use in terms of how to help drive more consistency and quality in our content and how we use as a tool to enable what we're doing today. But how it's going to transform the market is still a bit of a wild card that we have to watch. So if we're doing anything today, if you haven't started and you walked away and you said, what are we going to start? I know that there was a discussion and moving to XML, absolutely, from a tech perspective, let's get down that path, no doubt. But there are longer tails on this train. And one of them is, how do we create market awareness? So if you're going to go back and do anything today, start thinking about how do you create market awareness for what smart is and what the opportunities are in your markets. Focus on how to create higher quality content and data that's necessary to drive those interactions in the future. And think about your go-to-market strategy. Think about the role that your SDO, that your organization is going to play in that market, and how you want to structure a business and an operating model around it. What we've seen and learned over the last 3 years is that we wish we had started those things 3 years ago, because we're still not far enough along there. So I hope that that's given you some insights into the work that we've done, some of the learnings that we've had. I'm certainly happy to answer any questions, but I know we're close on time. If you'd like to reach out to me, my email is dni@iec.ch, and I'm happy to answer questions at any time. So I'll turn it back over to May.
Thank you very much, Mr. Nick. You also didn't give me a chance to ask you any questions. Thank you very much. And now I will check the chat box to see if there are any questions. I see that all questions have been covered. So thank you to our audience for the engagement. Before we move to our closing remarks, I would like to invite each of our panelists to share one final thought. In 1 minute or less, what is your key takeaway or a call to action for our participants regarding digital capability? And we will start with Mr. Dan.
Thank you very much, Mai, and thank you very much to the panelists. We note that ARSO-DISNet and digitalization initiatives are key to driving the African Continental Free Trade Area and providing information and platforms for harmonization of standards as presented by IEC and GSO to increase market transparency, which is very important, through what we call fee digital, approach that balances online innovation with what we call capacity building of our members and officers responsible at each level. And if we utilize this platform effectively and note security by design and international frameworks like ISO, IEC 27001 to protect IP, while also ensuring that we make sure we bridge this digital divide across our member states to effectively ensure that these digital platforms give us the highest level of support to ensure that we harmonize, we reduce technical barriers to trade, and ensure transparency is fully implemented. Thank you very much, Mai.
Thank you, Dan. Now we move to Dr. Muhammad Khairi. Dr. Muhammad, are you still with us?
Yeah, I am following.
Okay. Can you give us 1 minute takeaway?
Sorry, I didn't catch what you said. What do you want?
1 minute takeaway or a message for our participants in 1 minute.
Yeah. Indeed, in my lecture, I considered using NLP tools as the means for standard.
Thank you. Now we move to
developing standard was issued, and the rule of AI in LB was given, and a recommendation for a training, basic training in AI for all the people that will be using AI standardization is given and is delivered, and I think we can in Egypt to deliver such kind of training, and we can be a center for introducing this service to all Africa and the developing countries. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Mr. Murad? Excuse me.
Okay, I am muted.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me here today, giving this opportunity to us. Today I have learned a lot from the other panelists also. As CIMIC, we are all digital, but we currently do not have machine readable or executable smart standards. At the moment, we integrate AI in our standards development process, but inshallah, in the future, we are willing to build an infrastructure to make smart standards, first in XML format and then other levels. Inshallah, it will be like that. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Engineer Tariq?
Yes. If I would summarize the notes, I have 4 recommendations. One is to start small, but start today. Don't wait for the perfect budget. Choose one sector at least, perhaps 10 standards, but start from now. This is for the STOs. And secondly, partnership are not optional. It is very essential. No one can do it by themselves. For example, ARSO is an excellent platform for African cooperation. ISO and IEC offer free technical support, share experiences, and learning from one mistake from each other will save lots of time and money. Number 3, international compatibility is pronounced. Don't invent the systems one more time. Just adopt what others have done. Recommendation number 4 and the last, invest in people before technology. And the best system fails if people don't understand it. So train, train and train again. As far as in GSO, we are ready to support at all levels possible. We would welcoming joint training programs, collaborative pilot projects, shared technical platform, and we are open to any kind of support and cooperation with any SDO, no matter if it's regional or national, or we are welcoming all possible support to everyone. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Mr. Next.
All right, great. Thank you. Thanks to everybody. I think I would summarize it this way, is that don't approach SMART like it's a single IT project. Approach SMART like it's a digital transformation, and it requires an integrated approach across your business, your operations, your data, your technology, and of course, as was just mentioned, your people, your customers. And so I think when you take that integrated approach, you'll have more success in the end.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I would like to thank all panelists today. You had a very insightful presentations. Thank you. And thank you, Sue, for giving me this chance to moderate this webinar. And now I will give the floor to Philip. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think it is a great opportunity that we had today for the discussion. I want to thank the panelists. I want to thank the experts. I think the thing which is here is there is a real continuation of recognition of the role of standardization from policymakers on one side, and then there is the technological evolution taking place also within markets, within the global development spheres. So at the end of the day, we must now meet the recognition and the expectations from the policymakers and also adjust to the revolution that is taking place. And that is why the smart standardization is the way to go, and partnership. We have seen the challenges, we have seen the benefits, but we must soldier on because it is expected of us as the standards development organizations. I think for now, just want to finalize. If you can see my slide, I think we have done this: effective standardization systems, improved standards development processes, and as we have talked about it, the technological revolution, the recognition of standardization by international community, we have got no choice but to soldier on, but partnership, start small, and we move on. For the next webinar, we want to welcome you to our 64th webinar on the 25th March 2026. One of the member states will be co-hosting, but we will reach there. And it is on food safety management systems and culinary arts, gastronomy, and food service. Already we are doing this standards harmonization as a sector for Africa, and we are working with Afreximbank. And you can see that we normally go back to the international standardization systems. ISO 22000 comes handy, and the HACCP system comes handy. We welcome you to our next webinar session. And finally, from the desk of the ASO Secretary General, the Secretary General takes this opportunity to welcome you again to the ASO 2026 week that is happening on the 15th to 19th June 2026 in Kampala, Uganda, under the theme Standards Enabling Inter-African Trade under the FCFTA ASO Quality Mark, working for you. One test, one standard, one certificate accepted everywhere. We are honored to be hosted by the government of the Republic of Uganda through the Uganda National Bureau of Standards. We want to welcome you all, and it is a great opportunity that we are going to share continuing discussions. Our webinar sessions continue, and you can see we are projecting to be at the 72nd webinar session at the end of the year. One of the presentations by the IEC was talking about experts webinar sessions, and I think one of our strategies here is also to have these webinars to reach out to experts and involve experts as much as possible, as we have done today. So we look forward to very fruitful discussions. Thank you very much always on behalf of the Secretary General for attendance. Thank you very much to Egypt for the co-hosting, and thank you very much to the panelists. If Dr. Hani is still around, you can do 1 minute
Yes.
thank you remark, and then the ITC will order those who are still around. We pose for a group photo to remember this digital standardization webinar. Thank you, and Dr. Hani, if you are there.
Thank you, all speakers, regarding the valuable information provided to us today, and thank you for also for cooperation with Egypt to provide this webinar. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Hani. I want to request now our ITC to, if everybody can have their photos on, we make this a memorable day. It is a transformation in standardization making process. There is a real recognition of the need for standards. There is the pressure from technological revolution, and we cannot be left behind. So it was a good day to see where the future of standardization is headed for. And we thank our panelists for giving us the future in standardization already, and the call for partnerships that they are open to do in the standardization. So the ITC, our ITC team, if all of us can put their cameras on. And when you are done, Mr. Dan, let us know. Thank you so much. Mr. Dan, are you okay?
Yeah.
The ITC team? Yes, he has told me it is okay. We want to thank you very